founder and president of the Institute for Governance and Sustainable Development. Durwood, we always appreciate your contributions and your time. It may be no coincidence that Austria now has an environment minister who is a member of the Green Party. So if Austria does go ahead with some sort of legal action, it wouldn't be surprising. Can either of these, natural gas or nuclear, ever be considered to be green and sustainable?
Well, first of all, natural gas is really fossil gas, and it's very bad for the environment, especially when it leaks. It's methane, which is 86 times more powerful at warming the planet than carbon dioxide. So it's a very bad climate pollutant. Nuclear power has inherent risks. When I was a young lawyer at the U.S. Department of Justice, I led the investigation into the 3 Mile Island accident. And it was a terrifying experience to see how close we were to a meltdown. So I think you're dealing with two sources of energy that we need to get out of as fast as we possibly can. The question is, can you get out of them at the same time we're trying to go to 100% clean energy, and to accomplish all of that well before 2050. 2050 is the outside date, and we need to make tremendous progress in the near term. So I'd say, that we're caught between the horns of a dilemma with the devil on one side of nukes and continuing reliance on fossil gas, and the slower pace than we would like to achieve clean energy 100%. Now, even if we do both of these, get rid of the fossil gas and get rid of nukes, and somehow manage to get to net zero emissions by 2050, we're still going to lose control of the climate system if we don't also take care of the non-CO2 short-lived climate pollutants. Methane is one that I mentioned. Hydrofluorocarbons are refrigerants. They're another one. Black carbon. Finally, tropospheric ozone. Those are the fastest things you can do to bend the warming curve in the near term to 2030. So we have a sprint to 2030 we have to win in the climate game. We have a marathon to 2050 to decarbonize and go to net zero. And then we actually have yet another ultra marathon we have to run right now and win by the end of the century. And that's to learn how to take CO2 and methane out of the atmosphere faster than the natural cycle.
Yeah, absolutely. Faster than the natural cycle, because $11 million a minute worth of investment into fossil fuels. We're clearly not going to be a civilization that relies indefinitely on fossil fuels, because we're using them so much faster than nature created them. Durwood, you know that when you and I talk, I like to give concrete examples, and you do it very well as well, to help people understand how real the problem is. So today's examples for you are that the European Union contributes more than 20% towards the global climate's breakdown. The US 40%, the global south 8%. The average person in the United Kingdom produces more carbon in 2 days than a Congolese person does in an entire year. And we're talking about the European Union here, some of the richest countries in the world, who really, let's be frank, are not going to be told, you need to change your lifestyle, you need to buy one less car, you need to not buy that new refrigerator. You're already indicating in your first answer, 2050 is far, far too far away. It needs to be done quicker. And when we talk to you, sometimes your negativity shows through, that you are thinking it's soon going to be too late. Am I right? Is it soon going to be too late?
Well, yes, it's soon going to be too late, but it doesn't mean that we don't have time to save what we can, which we clearly can. We can put the brakes on right now to slow down the self-reinforcing feedbacks and avoid the worst of the tipping points, which threaten us with irreversible and catastrophic impacts. So let me give you some optimism here, because the new entrepreneurs, if you go do the search on new technologies. I just came across a new company this morning called Patch that is using artificial intelligence to connect carbon negative strategies, where you actually pull more out of the atmosphere than you put in, with companies that want to move most aggressively. So there's hope. I'm an optimist. I'm sometimes a wild optimist. I think you have to be to stick with this battle as long as I have. But at the same time is short. So we have to win that 10-year sprint. It's even less now to 2030. So this is why I like what Joe Biden and John Kerry and Franz Timmerman have been doing on methane. They've made this a priority to slam on the brakes of methane. That's the fastest way to slow warming that we know how to do.
Durwood, you're a very kind man. And, you know, it's the curse of the TV presenter that they have to find the right word in a split second. And instead of negativity, of course, I should have said realism, because you're right. We learn a lot from you, and you are an optimist. Thanks so much indeed. Until the next time, Durwood, take care.